Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What's up, thickies, thickers, thickest, thickums? What is happening? It is 10 a.m. on a beautiful Monday morning after a fresh-ass Calabasas fight companion. We had a great time, man. It was, I don't shit on the UFC 270, but I'd say it's more entertaining than the fight card. Let's be honest. Yeah, those are always fun to do. Hopefully you guys tuned in. If you didn't, you can watch it right now on Thick Boy YouTube or any platform where you listen to podcasts, Spotify, iTunes. I don't know any others, but you know what I'm saying. You can watch it on those if you want. Go check it out, man. It was a great time. Far Right Chris makes an appearance, and it was absolutely hilarious. Before we get into a few housekeeping notes, I am in Atlanta. We just booked Atlanta. The Punchline in Atlanta is February 3rd through the 5th. That's coming up, man. That is coming up. That is February 3rd through the 5th. This Wednesday, there are 15 tickets left for Schaub and Friends, Hollywood Improv, Los Angeles, California, January 26th. That's this freaking Wednesday, kids. This Wednesday will be Schaub and Friends, some very special guests, hell of a lineup. And that is Wednesday, one show only at 8 p.m. in Los Angeles, California, Hollywood Improv. After that, it would be next week is February 3rd through the 5th, Atlanta, Georgia. Haven't been in Atlanta in about 4 years on tour. And then also kind of fairly newly announced Sacramento, California. Again, Punchline Sacramento, California is February 24th through the 26th. So get your tickets at thickboy.com or fatkz.com. There are other housekeeping notes. If you want to listen to anything I do, food truck, Calabasas Fight Companions, Classic Companions, Fighting Kid, The Schaub Show, bonus content, go to Supercast, man. You go to thickboy.supercast.com right now, and you get everything I do, plus bonus shows, bonus content, ad freaking free. Ad free, man. And for all the new Supercast subscribers to watch our videos ad free, just click on the link in the details box of the audio. From there, you'll be able to access the video straight through your Supercast dashboard. Super easy. All right. But that is thickboy.supercast.com for ad free and bonus shows, bonus content. Get you some, man. Get you some. But let's just jump right into it because we're coming off a juicy, drama-filled, big-ass pay-per-view that featured Francis Ngannou and Ciryl Gane. You know, this isn't one of those things where I come in Monday morning and go, told you so, told you Francis was going to beat him, because I don't think anybody thought Francis was going to grapple him and use his wrestling in the fourth and especially in the fifth round to win this fight. I sure as hell didn't think that. I thought he was going to win. And I told you guys why you should be rooting for Francis to win and what he represents. I think that to even double down on that, Dana not giving Francis the belt and not attending the press conference afterwards shows you even more why you should be rooting for Francis. And this isn't a me versus Dana thing or anti-UFC. No one's more pro-UFC. If you cut my wrist, UFC leaks out of it. I ride and die with the UFC. This isn't that. This is just, it's a rare occasion when a guy in Francis Ngannou, who's the face of the heavyweight division, one of the best knockout artists of all time, if not the best, for really the first time, decide to bank on himself and say, no, I'm not going to resign. I'm going to test free agency because I want that Tyson Fury fight to make fuck you money, and I'm going to bank on myself. And I promise you now, nobody in that UFC staff meeting today was banking on Francis win that fight and was hoping they'd win that fight. Because I don't want to announce it on here, but I'm pretty close with the Francis camp, and he completely tore his MCL, complete tear of his MCL. So when he has the knee braces on and you're seeing like, man, why isn't Francis throwing more punches? I'm sure a lot of you are asking, why isn't he doing this? Why didn't he do this? I'm not going to out the guy, and it gets back to his opponent in the UFC that he, blew his freaking MCL out. But try throwing a punch when your knee's all messed up. You're talking a complete tear of the MCL. His ACL's in danger as well. So going to that fight, imagine being Francis Ngannou and his team. And granted, his team, again, very close to the source, told me that they didn't even want him to fight. They wanted him to postpone the fight. But, the way these knee surgeries work these days, if he was going to have a complete reconstructive knee, because you're talking about MCL, ACL damage, PCL, it's messed up in there, man. Messed up to the point where he can't throw a punch, which is why he didn't land any punches on Saturday night, but still won the fight. You should be impressed. But if he does have to have reconstructive knee surgery, not just a slight fix of the MCL or a cadaver ligament in the MCL, a complete reconstruction of the knee, he's out an entire year. So he just didn't feel like he could do that and skip this fight and be out an entire year. And then I think the Tyson Fury, all the hype goes away if you're out of sight, out of mind. So he wasn't going to do that. So this monster, this badass with all the pressure of not re-signing with the UFC, of fighting a complete monster in Ciryl Gane who knows what you're good at, to have the chip stack completely against you. This dude with a blown out MCL fought the second scariest guy in the heavyweight division and beat him. Nothing was wrong with Ciryl Gane. He got the best version of Ciryl. Ciryl just didn't, I thought his movement was good early on, but Ciryl, he knows the power. And I don't think Ciryl was aware that Francis was so goddamn strong with these takedowns. Now on the ground, is it going to blow your hair back watching these two grapple? Nope. If you had a preconceived notion that somebody was going to get knocked out early on or this is going to be a slugfest, you probably were disappointed in the main event. But again, and I offered to, put my friends' penises in my mouth if this went to a decision, and I really regret that. But I think, if you had those preconceived notions that you're looking for a knockout or a slugfest, which you should if you didn't know going into it what exactly was going on with Francis, you might have been disappointed. But I think for me, knowing about his MCL, think about that, man. Your entire livelihood, your entire career is banking on beating Ciryl Gane, this monster who we've never really seen a heavyweight move like him. He knows you. Your entire career, your everything. You've re-signed with the UFC, Tyson Fury. Basically, the rest of your life is going to be predicated on not only beating Ciryl Gane, which is tough to do on two good knees, but one of them is going to be compromised. Not only is it compromised, your MCL is blown out. If you've ever had a knee injury, dude, to throw a punch, especially at the power and the torque and the force that Francis throws his punches at, you need your knee. He doesn't have a knee, man. And he was still, this is what should be impressive. Forget about the knockouts. It wasn't a slugfest. Francis went into that fight, mentally strongest fucking guys, went into that fight on one leg and beat a healthy 100% Ciryl Gane on one leg with all that pressure. So the criticism of the fight is born, take all that out. Think about going into the biggest day of your life and you have one leg to do it. And you beat Ciryl Gane, the guy who has the best footwork, fundamentally probably the best hands, kicks, everything in the UFC. And you did it on one freaking leg. And you don't respect that? Get the fuck out of here. That's insane. The mental capacity, get it done, to believe in yourself, for your team to believe in yourself. Even when your team's saying, I think we should postpone this. He goes, nope, it's too much riding it. I got to figure out a way to get it done. And it's not like he's some grappling wizard or jiu-jitsu or wrestling, expert. Not far from it. You saw it on the ground. His position was decent, positioning. He's heavy on top. Ciryl Gane going for the leg locks. For those jiu-jitsu heads out there, you would look at it like I did. Ciryl Gane on the ground, his framing, his hands wasn't great. You're watching blue, purple belt shit, not at a high level. And we don't want to see that. But again, take all that criticism out of it because you want a knockout. Take all that out of it. Francis, with all that pressure, still found a way to get it done. Not only did he get it done, he got it done in something that he's not good at. He's not a good grappler. Never been known for his cardio. Ever. He's a knockout artist. The most he spent in the fucking octagon the past 4 years, like 2 minutes. He went 25 minutes of grappling, figured out how not to get hit, barely ever got hit, didn't land anything, but got him down and got the fucking win, man. And here's a little side note for you. So I'm sure a lot of you were like, oh, I bet Tyson Fury's watching this and he doesn't want any part of it. From my sources, which are very close to this situation, Tyson Fury contacted them and he couldn't be more into it. This made him more excited to fight Francis. Congratulations, Francis, but if you want to make some real money, come see the Gypsy King. Yes, and his team has been in communication with Francis's team, and let me tell you something, man. If you thought by Fury seeing that, Francis is grappling and he didn't look great, and you thought, oh, man, that Fury fight's out of here. It freaking put a rocket pack on this fucking thing, and now we're even closer to getting that fight. And again, if you're a fight fan, you don't have to be anti-UFC, anti-Dana White, but if you're a fight fan, you want Francis to get that Tyson Fury fight. You want him to change the game. You want him to learn and see what Jake Paul's doing to get $40 million in a single year. And you want a guy, Francis, who's worked his entire life for this, to be able to go and do something like that. That's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we're getting. And you have to celebrate that, whether you grew up with Ciryl Gane in fucking middle school or not. I don't give a fuck. For the game, you need Francis to carry on with the path that he has taken. And his agent Markel's getting a ton of shit. People, you're the reason that's here. He's the only guy with the hindsight and the vision and the balls to risk all this and get all this backlash from the MMA media and Dana White and the UFC brass and all that stuff, and still double down and believe so much in his client Francis that they're still continuing to do this with a blown out MCL. When you entrepreneurs out there, you know how risky it is when you bet on yourself. Think about betting on a guy in the fight business with a blown out fucking knee against Ciryl Gane. What? How does that not get you on board the Francis Ngannou train? It should. It's amazing, man. And then, cheers. And then, it's too early for that, but whatever. I'm hyped up about Francis. And then, think about this. So you bank on yourself, right? You beat a healthy Ciryl Gane. You probably should have won that fight in the odds maker's eyes, especially on, you know what the odds would have been if it was released, he went in that fight with the MCL? He's a plus 600, plus 500. It's insane. So imagine the odds he's beating. But then you accomplish that, right? And then the guy who pays your bills doesn't even have the dignity to come into the octagon and give you your world championship belt. Not only did he not do that, which we haven't seen in a very long time, not only did he not do that, he doesn't attend the press conference. I have no ill will towards Dana. I just think when it comes to this stuff, whether Francis leaves, whether Izzy were to leave or Connor were to leave, or name anybody you want, if they're to leave, you've still won, Dana. If I'm his right hand man, I'm his assistant, and we're sitting cage side next to each other, and Francis won, and if Dana would be like, fuck it, I'm not going out there, man. I'm not doing this. But I go, hey, can I talk to you real quick? Come here, dude. You're worth $400 million. Yeah, you've won. Yeah. And by you doing this, it's not helping anybody. It's kind of a bitch move. So could you just get in there? You've still won, dude. You've won. So after this, remember, we're still going to jump on your private jet and head to whatever fucking state you want because you have a house all over. We still won. I wouldn't do this. It's a bad look. I don't know how anybody in his camp doesn't tell him, don't be a sore loser, man. Also, you didn't lose, really. you didn't lose. This is a guy that if he could make that money that he's going for against Tyson Fury in the UFC, he wouldn't go anywhere. The reason he is because maybe you think, and you know money, Dana, maybe you think you're paying him well, but you're not. We've seen the payouts there. What, he makes $600,000? That's your heavyweight champs making $600,000, and he's fighting once every fucking 3 years or whatever it is, once a year. It's tough, man. It's tough. So I just wish Dana handled it a little different. And I thought maybe, and it's one of the reasons we love and hate Dana, because he does act like this. But I think when it comes to Francis, he's not doing anything that you wouldn't have done when you were coming up, man. You know, you're talking about a guy who's banking on himself. You banked on yourself. And that's why the UFC is where it's at. And everyone celebrates you for that. You've won, man. You did great. There's no reason to shit on a guy or, you know, have a negative opinion on the guy because he wants to negotiate or bank on himself for more money down the road. I for the life of me, I can't understand it. I just can't. It's not a winner's mentality. I know Dana has more money than me and more successful than me. I just don't think that is a winner's mentality. I don't think successful people should think like that. And now maybe he has so much money in the bank, he doesn't give a fuck. But it's not like if Francis were to leave or whatever he's going to do hurts your business model. Your business model is predicated on fulfilling fights for ESPN. You're good. You're still going to have a record-breaking year whether Francis is there or not. Why not be? I've never understood it. I've never understood it. From the matchmakers and Joe Silva to Dana White. I know Maynard's a good guy. Just all of them. I've never understood it why you can't be cool to these guys. And because you guys know more so than anybody what these guys are risking and their careers and their health is on the line and they have families. And it's just, I never understood it. You should worship these guys, man. You should be bowing down to these guys. You should be open to Francis in the negotiations. If he goes, hey, I want to fight Fury, how much bigger would it be if you guys were involved? Because nobody's better at marketing and promotion than Dana White in the UFC. How much more money could we all make if you guys were cool and you paid me somewhat of a great salary that I'm asking for to fight in mixed martial arts, but then also you let me bounce over and fight Tyson Fury and co-promote it? You've done it before. Why not do it with Francis? Why be mean to Francis? I don't get it. Francis isn't difficult. I think, his team and Markel and CA, I think they are, pushing back a little bit. That's why he hires those guys. Francis didn't hire those guys. He didn't hire WME Endeavor, who owns the UFC, because if he did that, it'd be a conflict of interest, right? So if your heavyweight champ wants to bounce and go somewhere else, but you're represented by the same company that owns the organization you fight in, a conflict of interest, right? Because if they own the UFC, they're not going to want you to bounce over here and bring down the stock of the organization that they paid all this money to, right? So it's a conflict of interest. So why any UFC fighters with WME who owns the UFC, it makes no sense. There couldn't be a bigger conflict of interest. Like, no NFL player is with the same agent that owns all of it, or no NFL players with the same agent of their head coach or Roger Goodell. It makes no sense. They're going to move in a different way that benefits their bottom dollar. So I think for Francis, one of the reasons he gets all the shit, and again, it's not all Francis, his team's saying, hey man, you want this fuck you money? These are the moves we're going to have to make. It's going to get dicey. Trust in the process. Believe. Stay off social media. Just win, baby. That's what they're doing. If you can't ride with that, you ain't shit. But I don't get if you're Dana, why you don't go to the press conference, why you don't put the belt around him. Like, why make more of this a story? Because by you doing that, to me, shows that Francis is winning. Because if it didn't hurt, you wouldn't be doing this stuff. Never heard of that. I don't get it. We'll never understand it. But if you're a Francis fan, man, you should be happy that on one leg he beat a monster in Ciryl Gane. I know, not the knockout we wanted, not the highlight that we wanted. It didn't break ESPN Sports Center top 10. I get all that. but just from the standpoint of knowing what he was facing going into this, and I told you this fight is so much bigger than just Francis being the heavyweight champion of the world in the UFC. This is so much bigger. What he's doing is going to set the path for other outliers like himself to go on and make fuck you money. And this is what we want for these guys. Because what they have at the end of the day, once their career is over, most of them don't have shit. So that what Francis is doing is going to change the game forever. And it is stressing the UFC brass out. And that's what we want. That means it's working. I find it interesting. I got a hold of Francis's contract. In this day and age, man, I find it so interesting, because in his champion clause, if you don't fight, so that you have to do 3 fights or a year, a calendar year. So let's say Francis doesn't renegotiate with, he's probably not, but I'd bet a lot of money he doesn't re-sign with the UFC, especially after the way Dana's acted these past few days. But so he won't be able to work for a calendar year. That's in the contract. He won't be able to work for a calendar year. Dude, is it 1964? What? Hold up. Because I fought the championship fight and now I can't work for a year? In what world? In 2022, what world can a guy where he served his contract and then he can't work for a year? Imagine any other job, even a professional athlete job. What other job, when you fulfill your contract and you haven't re-signed, you can't work for a year? Now there's no compete clauses. I get that. So, if let's say Casey or Chin's my sound engineer expert, he has a no compete clause where he couldn't go. Let's say Chin decided not to re-sign tomorrow for another 6-year contract, whether he's going to offer these guys. He can't go to my direct competitor for a certain amount of time. There's a non-compete, but he can still make money. He could go work, like he just couldn't go work for Chael Sonnen. He couldn't work for Errol Houani. He couldn't work, Dan Hardy, Luke Thomas. He couldn't go do that, but he could go work with somebody else and make money. I can't prevent Chin from making money. Oh, because slavery's over, right? It doesn't exist anymore. How these lawyers aren't eating this fucking up, which I'm sure they are, but how you're not going to allow a guy to work for a year is insane, man. I just, so put all that on the back burner. That's what he's dealing with. Can't work to the end of 2022. Really, January 1st, 2023, he could figure things out with Tyson Fury, which Tyson Fury's foaming at the dick to fight Francis Ngannou, which is great for all of us. It'd be so entertaining, right? Here's the other caveat, though. With his knee, like I mentioned before, blown out MCL, they don't know if it's a tear or strain of the ACL. All the ligaments are messed up in there. If he has to have reconstructive surgery, he's out a year anyways. Oh, whoops. That works for everybody, doesn't it? He can't work anyways. So that kind of works to his benefit. It's like the stars are aligning for Mr. Francis Ngannou. Because let's say the UFC is all right, you're done. You can fight, Fury in March. You can't do it. Oh, you can fight Fury in July. You can't do it. So it kind of works out for him. It's really, really worked out for him. So now he can focus on his rehab. Even if he doesn't get the reconstructive knee surgery, let's say he just has the MCL repaired, you're still out 6 months. Then you're looking at the buildup of the fight, the pre-fight promotions. You're still looking at 2023. It works perfect. And then you can also, if it's 6 months, just focus on boxing and then the build up to it. It works perfect time-wise. Sounds like it's going to happen, kids. But again, if you're just a fight fan in general, you should be so proud of Francis Ngannou and how he represented himself, how he stuck to his bottom line when all the odds were against him. And with all that, he did it on one fucking leg and beat Ciryl Gane. How is that not an inspirational story to you? You don't think Hollywood's offering movie scripts about this? They are. This adds to the story. Adds to the story, man. It's fantastic. But yeah, the fight, I'll give it to you. The fight wasn't the most entertaining fight. Especially you had preconceived notions going into it or you had an expectation. But he got it done. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, he got it done and wins a win. So we know what's next for Francis, most likely. For Ciryl Gane, I think his issue, if you're looking at this from the outside looking in, if you're his manager, I think the UFC wanted Ciryl to clearly beat Francis. Didn't end up happening. But Cyryl's not the most exciting heavyweight. You know, he looks like a superhero, but, you know, with the way he fights, he's very technical. He's very high IQ. You know, on the feet, on the ground, we went for that, you know, ankle lock. That was very strange and completely lost the round because of it. Not the highest IQ move there. But when it comes to stand up and avoiding getting hit and his footwork, he might be the best we have to offer at heavyweight. But I just don't know if you want that type of fighting style, you're champ. So I would imagine for Ciryl Gane, what they do for him, I think you're going to see like a Curtis Blaydes next. I do. And that would be a nightmare for Ciryl Gane, an absolute nightmare. I think you're going to see a little bit of a Curtis Blaydes matchup there, which is a very, very fucking tough stylistic matchup for Ciryl Gane. I don't think they're. I think you're going to get a Stipe Jon Jones for the interim belt because there's no way they don't do an interim belt with Francis leaving, or maybe it's just for the belt because France is going to have to vacate the belt depending on their negotiations. And you're going to get Jon Jones, Stipe for the heavyweight world title. I bet I would be willing to bet a good amount of money that that's what you get in 2022. Your next major heavyweight fight is Stipe versus Jon Jones. And I know John tweeted out something like, maybe I should just stay retired after watching that fight. I get that. I thought the same thing too when I saw him, like, oof, I don't know if either of these guys beat John. But remember, caveat there, Francis had one leg. So at Johnny Bones put, if this is the apex of heavyweight fight, I'm excited about it. Got some more records to break. I agree. If you're John, you're looking at it like, I'd eat these guys up. He goes, I love how everyone gets so impressed with the new guy. You should be impressed with Ciryl Gane. John, it's not even that he's undefeated, but it was his movement, the way he moves. Like, he's going to be a tough matchup for anybody, including yourself, buddy. LO, shit, I must just enjoy retirement. He won't. If anything, this put more wind in John's sails to go, I can definitely beat these guys. I'm with you. I thought the same thing I was watching. I thought, oof, Ciryl Gane's this type of way with Francis, who's a powerhouse with his takedown. So, there's no knock on, but he did on one leg. But if this is what he's like on the ground, he's going to have some issues with John. He's going to have some issues with John. And he's not a knockout artist. But I don't think Ciryl Gane gets to Jon Jones. I think Jon Jones is going to have to focus on Stipe, which is a tougher fight for him. Maybe. And, I don't think he's have to worry about Francis, which I do think would be the worst fight matchup for him stylistically. He's going to have to worry about Stipe and Curtis Blaydes, maybe Ciryl Gane down the road. But I think for now his focus is going to be on Stipe. But I would be willing to bet a lot of money with Francis leaving. The UFC is going to be willing to play ball with John, and John's going to become the face of the heavyweight division. But you're getting John versus Stipe. Now, if Stipe wins, John just goes away, and you got John there. You got Stipe there. But it's fun. It's a good time to be a fight fan, man. A lot of drama. Co-main event was fun. I thought, listen, there's nobody nicer on the UFC roster than Brennan Moreno. I thought he lost a little bit of his edge. He didn't seem like the hungry, young Tijuana dog that came in the last fight with a chip on his shoulder. He seemed happy, and he had his moments in the fight, and he definitely won some rounds. 48-47, I'm fine with that. You could even give it to Moreno a little bit. I could have seen. I don't think he got robbed there. Figueiredo's your champ. I don't think they do a rematch next, as much as I'd love to see. The only flyweights I want to see fight. I do believe that they will each fight one more and then come back so you can get a fourth one, but not right away. There's argument that Brennan Moreno, because Figueiredo lost his belt and they gave him a direct rematch, even though Moreno didn't want it. He said that on Food Truck. So why wouldn't you do that for Brennan Moreno? I don't think they will. I think they'll both take a fight and then fight each other. But I just thought Moreno just wasn't doing, I thought, even though he only lost 48-47 on the scorecards, I just think he had a little bit of an off night. I think maybe the success might have got to him a tad, and I'd be willing to bet he beats the shit out of Figueiredo the next fight. He's going to learn. He's going to beat him. I thought Figueiredo put his best foot forward and got it done slightly, and Moreno was off, and that's why he lost. But I think if these boys fight, 10 times, 8 out of the 10, Moreno wins. It was just, an off night. Chalk it up, success, finally made it. Once you win the belt, the come down there. So I wouldn't want to be the next guy who fights Brandon Moreno. I just wouldn't. He's going to be your champ. He beats Figueiredo 8 times out of 10, but it was not his night. The success maybe got to his head a little bit. Maybe didn't do as much as he usually does. Maybe didn't hit that extra round. Maybe didn't hit the extra sprint. Or maybe just his demeanor in there. Now that he's champ, now that he's been to the top of the mountain. Once you get there, you're never going to see that view again. That view's always going to be the same. So I think he had that champion come down almost, as they call it, that champion depression, where you think that once you get the belt, all your worries and concerns are answered, and they are not. You feel exactly the same, but you have a belt around your waist, and everybody's gutting for you. And he didn't do something that, and maybe he did in camp, but maybe the night of the fight, it just didn't seem like the normal chomping at the bit Brandon Moreno that we know and love. And he'll learn from it. I'm not worried about him. He'll learn from it. He'll be your champ for a very long time, but this was a learning lesson for him. So rest of the card was good. Pierre Fialho was a great fight. Nurmagomedov, Cody Stamann, 47 seconds. Morales looked fantastic. Tough night for a full-blown pay-per-view. It was tough. I'm curious what the numbers are. I don't think it did that great. Wasn't a ton of buzz around it.
Yeah.
Even though we're balls deep in it, there wasn't a ton of buzz around it.
I doubt it's out now, but let's see. This is from Boardroom TV, 200,000 buys.
That's terrible.
If it's real.
Yeah. It'd be weird how they would know how many this
I know, it's just too early.
But, I would say, hold on, check the complete list of sales. Previous sales of UFC are assumed to be at 500,000.
That's it and WWE. Oh, no.
Oh, that's just saying the payout?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's going to be more than 500,000. Yeah, I would say the pay-per-views does around 300 to 400, where they make their nut off 300 as long as they hit the 300 mark. Anything below that, they're not thrilled about. It also doesn't help France's negotiation power with Tyson Fury or the UFC if it did low. So you want to do a little better. But, Ciryl Gane's not a household name yet. He's not an American. His English is all right.
Do you think they made that card pretty much just basically co-main event and main event, and everything else is kind of like whatever? You think they made it that way?
I like where your head's at. Yeah, I do, Chin. Because if they would have stacked that card and it does great on pay-per-views, it really fucks up France's negotiation power. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they did, Chin. You're 100% correct.
Wow.
And that's very disappointing. Good call, though.
Thanks, dude.
Let's take a little break from the chatter. Because listen, man, there's a lot of things going on right now in life. Maybe it's politics. Maybe it's the mandates in your city. Maybe it's your NFL team lost, whatever it is. Dude, you need good sleep and you have anxiety. But listen, it's even worse if you have a bad mattress. If you're sleeping on a bad mattress, or maybe you grew up sleeping on a bad mattress, whatever it is, man, you don't need that. You don't need that. My friends at Helix Sleep, they got you covered. It's what your thick friend sleeps on every single night. And I have them in all the rooms in my house. I can't get rid of my in-laws, my friends. Everybody wants to sleep on my Helix mattresses. I say, beat it, nerd. Get your own. All you got to do is go to Helix Sleep. They got a quick quiz. It takes 2 minutes. You complete. They match your body type with the perfect mattress for your thick ass. Not all mattresses are created equal. Not every mattress is made for your big body. This mattress at Helix Sleep, I promise you, will be the best mattress you're ever going to sleep on because it's made for you, man. All right. And listen, don't take my word for it. Helix Sleep was awarded the #1 best overall mattress in 2019 and 2020 by GQ'd and Wired magazine. All right. I have in my house. I sleep on them. I'm telling you, I've been using this several years, and I freaking love it. I don't have any back pains, none of that stuff. It's the best mattress I've ever slept on. Just go to helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They will match you with a customized mattress just for you that will give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty. You get to try it out 100 nights risk-free. If you don't love it, cool. They'll pick it up for you. But it doesn't matter because you're going to love it. Guarantee it. Helix is offering you guys up to $200 off all mattress orders and free pillows for the listeners and viewers of the Schaub Show. Go to helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. That's helixsleep.com, HELIX, sleep.com/Schaub for up to $200 off. Man, there are only 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs. If you're not watching the playoffs, you're missing the best football I've ever seen. The Chiefs and Bills, you kidding me? The Rams and Tampa Bay was insane. And listen, there's 4 teams left, and you need to bet on them. You got to do it with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the NFL. Counting down to Super Bowl 56 right here in Los Angeles. Counting down, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Take the Rams over the Niners. I think we're going to get over this hump, man. I really do. Not a new customer? Cool. You can experience conference championship with the same game parlays. That's right. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. That's what I usually like to do is parlays. The best bang for your buck. It's kind of tricky, but if you do hit, you're making bank. DraftKings is safe, secure, reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want, man. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code SCHAUB, SCHAUB, and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code SCHAUB, SCHAUB, for just 56-1 odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. New Jersey, Indiana, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. What else you got, dude?
All right, so this prelim fighter, the early prelim, her name is Vanessa Demofulos, I think.
She the one that jumped in Rogan's arms?
Yep, the one that jumped in Rogan's arms. There she is right there. So she did a crazy comeback. She was getting destroyed and then finally landed an armbar, which I don't think we can play the video, but so she used to be a stripper. So she quit stripping like a few weeks beforehand to focus 100% on MMA. And the interesting thing about that is her parents, they met in the same industry. Her dad was a DJ and her mom's
This is fantastic.
exotic entertainer. That's what they said.
But
and they kind of like, it's a family thing.
Dancer.
Yeah, dancer.
Mom was a dancer. Be cool, man.
And she's also, let me just play this clip.
Well, she might be my favorite fighter now. Carry on.
Pretty cool.
I don't think it's a secret. I was an exotic entertainer for 13 years. And I didn't actually say this on the mic, but I'd like to say it right now. I walked away from being a stripper to continue this camp. I quit dancing about like 6 to 8 weeks ago, just so I could focus full time on MMA, take this extremely seriously in the gym every single day. So yeah, but that's where that background comes from, and that's where those splits come from. And a lot of my jiu-jitsu actually comes from my expertise as a pole dancer.
Okay, well.
So
Oh, she's great.
Man, I don't have enough fingers and toes to tell you how awesome I feel times 100.
Her energy's fantastic.
Like, it's so dope.
Clearly
It's
good on the mic
so
after being a
amazing.
stripper talking to guys all fucking night.
And
She's going to have gift of the gab for the most, unless, dude, you know, if you've ever been in a strip club, the baddest girl is usually the worst at talking because they don't have to do any talking. But she's, you know, she's not bad looking. She's not Halle Berry. Like if you're kind of like that middle tier stripper, your fucking gift of the gab better be good. You got to talk these, you know, these Joes into spending some dollars. So she's gonna be a marketing powerhouse, dude.
She's also an author.
Stripper Bible.
Yep.
Well, she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's like multi-talented girl.
Keep going down. She jumped in Rogan's arms.
Yeah, which was cool.
That's so cool. And she got the $50,000 bonus.
I think she did. Let's see.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
Wow, that's
Performance in the
fantastic.
night. Great comeback.
That's so cool, man.
How crazy is that? Family business. They're all in the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Listen, that's fantastic. What a great story. What a unique story too.
Definitely.
And her energy is contagious. That's great, man. She keeps winning. You got something big time.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go to this. This is interesting as well. Francis Ngannou will take half of his purse, so 300 grand, pretty much, in Bitcoin. I guess it's the first time they did it.
And says, and give it to his fans.
I don't think fans did it.
I believe Bitcoin can empower people, so I'm excited to partner with Cash App, take half my UFC 70% Bitcoin.
Also, it's more accessible to his fans.
I want to make Bitcoin more accessible to my fans, so I'm giving out $300K in Bitcoin. Follow Cash App. Oh, okay.
Shit.
So I would imagine Cash App was he signed a deal with them, and they said, and we'll give you an extra $300K to give out to your fans.
There you go.
That's what happened. Now, I think it was crypto just ate shit. Was it crypto? Let me see.
Was it crypto? I know Netflix took a huge dive.
No, it's Bitcoin.
Oh, Bitcoin.
Yeah, Bitcoin took a huge dip. Huge dip. Like basically, because OBJ, Odell Beckham Jr., wanted to be his salary in Bitcoin, but you're assuming what it was being traded at when you wanted it, and now it's worth like half, and I think it's going even lower. But it's going to bounce back. But
So
if you don't have money, and you let's say, I have no idea how OBJ spends his money. I have no idea if he's great with money or not. But let's say you weren't, and you were living paycheck to paycheck, and you were banking on, I don't know, let's say $10 million, and then it's down 40%.
Yeah.
So 40% of your salary now. So if you need to take that money out now, you're kind of fucked.
Screwed, yeah.
But if you're looking at like an investment, it's going to bounce back. It's like a stock. It's going to bounce back. You'll be fine.
Have you thought, or are you in the process of like investing in
Yeah,
crypto?
I'm investing in crypto.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's a long play. Like I don't look at any of this. I know it's down, all that stuff, and Bitcoin, all that. It's down. That's whatever. But it's a long play.
My friend just bought a boat, and he's a young kid and doesn't have a job yet. So I'm like, holy crap, I'm super interested in crypto now.
Crypto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about it.
There's people making tons of money off crypto. Tons
crazy.
of money. Yeah. It's really cool. But yeah. You wouldn't want to be living paycheck to paycheck and banking on crypto and Bitcoin paying your money right now.
No.
Paying your salary. Investment, dope. If you needed to fucking buy the kids meals on Friday, not
good. All right, so this is Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz and Dustin Poirier have been going back and forth for a while. They both said they want the fight.
Remember, they're scheduled to fight
A long time ago.
Yeah.
And they wanted to go to 165 too. So this is Nate Diaz talking
So
to
Nathan Diaz says, UFC, stop playing with me. He said, that's him, that's WIT. So stop playing with me. Consider this my signature to fight this fucker. I've been trying to fight for a minute. Quit slowing down the real fight game. It's time. Agree, Nathan. And then Poirier said, the real fight game, I'm going to fight your ass.
Yeah.
And they posted a poster of it. Okay.
And so this is Dana White's.
It says, of course, we're interested. This is what we do. We make fights every weekend. What happens is guys just want to jump out of nowhere and say, all right, I want to do this. I want to do that. We have fights booked up until, I want to say, May 2nd right now. Everything is in place. Everything is done. Obviously, Nate Diaz will get fights. I say this all the time. I've been saying this for 20 years. We're contracted to give guys fights 3 times a year. They've got to get fights. Nate will get a fight. Yeah, but we want with Dustin Poirier. I bet it happens. But yeah, guys get frustrated when it's not on their timeline. But to Dana's defense, he's like, yeah, man, we can't just, all right, you guys want to fight next month? Like the card's booked. So if we put you guys on there in your main event, what do we do with that? We got to shuffle shit around. Let's just do this the proper way. And you guys a fight in, say, June. And we'll make that happen. Because we don't have June booked yet. But guys get so frustrated when it doesn't happen like this.
And you also mentioned before that, since it's his last fight, the UFC might want to have him fight Conor.
Yeah.
All right. So
they're just trying to figure it out. Trying to figure where Conor's at. They're waiting. What they're doing is buying time with this.
yeah. All right. So Khabib, his Eagle FC, that is just his promotion they started. He offered Jake to fight there, but then Jake had one little caveat to it. So this is what he says.
And he typed in fucking Russian?
Yeah.
At Jake Paul, at Dana White, the doors of Eagle Fight Club always open for you and your team.
And then Jake Paul says, deal, only if I fight you first.
In MMA?
Well, maybe it's like just in the Eagle FC, but then they'll do boxing, something like that.
He better pray to the fucking YouTube gods that he didn't fight Khabib in MMA.
Khabib wanted to box
He's
too
just
before.
doing it to fuck around.
For sure.
He
But I mean, they're
never
both
take-
talking to each other,
Yeah.
which is cool.
I bet they figure something out.
That would be huge.
Hilarious.
And this is Dana White actually saying never say never if Jake Paul were to fight in the UFC. They was on that Full Send podcast, I believe. So I'll just play this for you real quick.
respect.
Well, it's not that he doesn't have my respect.
Yeah.
I don't even know the kid at the end of the day. I don't even know the kid. And you know what? To be honest with you, I'll tell you right here, right now, this is the last time you'll hear me talk about him. I'm done with it.
That's it.
I put out the challenge. He said, you do coke. I said, I think
I'm not mad at Dana's kids.
Drugs will do it. He never responded to it. So fire away, kid. Do your thing. Listen, I'm sitting here. I'm arguing with this kid that doesn't fight for me and is never going to fight for me. So what's the point in even he and I going back and forth with each other?
What if he was to come into the UFC?
What if he what?
What if he came into MMA? Would you let him?
Would I let him? Well, he can do whatever he wants to do.
Like, what if he's like, I want to fight in the UFC?
I don't know. I don't think that would ever happen. But listen, I never say never anymore.
That'd be pretty.
I didn't think
crazy.
Floyd and Conor would end up, or I would end up doing any of my guys versus Floyd, because that just makes absolutely no sense. But it happened. So
I'm with him. Yeah, never say never.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool that he's even saying that.
How can he never say never yet? CM Punk fight. Right now, Jake Paul is more qualified than CM Punk.
Huge. It would be freaking huge.
He's more qualified than CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But that would be insane.
That'd be nuts.
And The Rock, they made this announcement, I think, on ESPN, that his shoe, Project Rock, is going to be the actual outfitter for the fighters up until they get into the cage. So the pre-shows and all that
Venom
stuff.
doesn't make shoes. Remember, Reebok did, so they need a shoe deal. God, you know what's so weird? Remember I was talking about conflict of interest? God, who represents the Rock? WME. God, who owns the UFC? WME. Who did the shoe deal? WME. Dwayne, UFC? They own them both. Okay. Who else are you going to go with? Yeah. I scratch my back, you scratch yours.
Do you have any opinions? I mean, both of you guys. I've seen the Under Armour shoes, just the Rock ones. I don't know if I'm just like out of it, but they just look really not good to me.
I'm not wearing.
I heard they're great though.
I'm not wearing them with jeans, but as far as functional,
I heard
the Rock workout shoes are dope.
I heard they're engineered really, really well.
They're really good,
but they just the look.
I see what you're saying. They look dope though.
No, they function dope, right?
They function dope. I don't mind the look of the workout ones, the high top workout ones. Okay. I don't like the ones they're giving the UFC fighters, but the mid high tops that they make for working out are sick. Okay. I tried to get them, they sold out.
You know way more about shoes than me, but yeah.
I'm not gonna wear them with jeans. Look like a fucking dork. Like I'm at a fucking GNC convention or some shit on the streets, But in the gym, they're dope. He is so shredded here.
And jacked, yeah. So I'll play this is them on ESPN, and then this last part I thought was very interesting.
I can't wait. Nothing better than actors talking UFC.
I mean, you'll see what I'm saying. Give me 1 sec.
Does he have to hold on before? Is it him breaking down Francis Ciryl?
No. This is him talking about what his biggest patch or the biggest thing he wants to do for the XFL. Like who he cares about most. The thing that he cares about the most. Okay. And Dana White is on this call as well.
This is gonna be so awkward. He's gonna say them getting paid. Carry on.
Exciting play, innovative ruling, innovative gameplay, exciting for the fans. But most importantly, as someone, this is the exact same way I feel about the UFC fighters. But most importantly, with the XFL, my number one goal as an owner, is to take care of the players and to create an opportunity for the players to live out their dreams, to take care of their families, pay their bills, play with pride, play with passion, and play proudly in the XFL. That's the goal.
Dana's like this.
And obviously Dana is already locked in for season tickets, right, Dana?
Yeah, so.
I hope so.
Dana's like
it's such an awkward moment, too.
But also, when it comes to football, it's like, yeah, have you ever heard, they need to pay these guys more?
I know.
Like Patrick Mahomes fucking making whatever, the biggest contract of all time. I'll tell you one thing people always say, these NFL players are paid way too less. They need to pay them more. Says no one ever. You know what I'm saying?
XFL, I'm sure they get paid less, but it's still.
Oh, yeah, they're not paid.
Okay, they're
still
talking about XFL.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dave was just sitting there like, God damn it, Rock. What if Rock was the one that made the change? He's like, Dana, are you with me, man? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give these guys 50% of the total income. Will you do the same? Dana's all, we'll talk, man. Excited for Fast and Furious 17 or whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah.
I love it when they go to Dana's face. He's all.
I just was like almost pissed off. You heard this already, but Amanda Nunes left ATT. To start her own team? Yeah. In her own gym.
Linus has called home for the past 7 years now. 33-year-old intends to start her own place alongside her partner, current UFC strawweight fighter Nina Nunes. For now, the new gym does not have a name or location yet. Interesting.
So still in the same area, same state.
The bigger question for Amanda Nunes that I'd be curious about, although you're starting your own gym, which I'm sure ATT is fine with, are you working with the same team? That's what's important. You be training out of your fucking garage, but it's your same team, I'm on board. If you're going all new coaches, everything, something's going on. And we should be alarmed.
And some people were thinking that it's because, Kayla Harrison, since she's in the same gym, they might do whatever. But then apparently Kayla Harrison is like most likely going to stay with the PFL. Like that's the top decision right now.
That's a shame.
It wouldn't be in the UFC anyways, if that's true. And this is what Chael Sonnen said about Jorge Masvidal.
In all fairness, I've really got to show respect to this Chael Sonnen talking about.
Yeah,
it,
Chael.
Not me. In all fairness, I've really got to show respect to Masvidal because this is a career-ending fight. It's that big of a deal. There will be that much attention, that much focus, and that much hatred going on into this battle with George, who's the second biggest draw in combat right now. He's coming off 2 defeats. If he goes out there and he gets taken down, he gets mauled for 25 minutes. It's going to take a lot of luster off the shine. That is the second biggest draw, the BMF Jorge Masvidal. It's a big deal, and Jorge signed up anyway. Goddamn respect that. Man, I don't know if it's career ending for him.
If he gets
people
mauled,
love George.
And if Jorge
what'd he say?
Responded back.
I personally like Chael, a little bothered by that comment, but it's kind of like it just sets up the fucking mountain to be a lot higher. When I climb it, Chael's like, I can't believe you climbed that mountain. I'm going to be like, I told you, bitch. I get it, man. 2 white boys. That's exactly where I was going to go with this. Well, come on, Jorge. You know why he's riding with his boy, Colby. I get it, man. 2 white boys from Oregon. They both have that sleazeball style, like cutting edge at the time. I thought Chael did it in a more classy way. Agree. But he still said things that didn't need to be said, like bring up Anderson Silva's wife. So those type of guys got to stick together. But I like him, though, because Chael's the type of guy that will go back and apologize. So when I fucking murder Colby, he has to be like, holy shit, this guy deserves a title fight, blah, blah, blah. He's right.
And then he starts here again.
Chael had to be shit-talking because he didn't have any exciting style for a long time. He was just wrestling guys to death. So he had to do that extra talking and get himself over like that. That influenced guys like Kobe. That's all he does, 100%. I don't take whatever Chael or Colby says serious.
Chael's just
I
silly.
enjoy it. It's entertainment. None of it would be personal. Chael came out. I talked to, Chael had the whole shit with the police guy. I reached out. Me and Chael are friends, actual friends. Chael could go on and show him like, I hate Schaub and this, get the views from it. None of that bothers me. Anything he says about me, I don't see. None of it bothers me. Fans are like, oh, you hear what Chael said? Nah, he's doing it for the gram. He's doing it for the gram. That's funny.
All right. Now it's official. Glover Teixeira and Jiri Prochazka.
Jiri got the fight.
Yeah, UFC 274.
I mean, Glover Teixeira, such a great story being at his age and coming back and being the light heavyweight champ, and we're all rooting for him. And, I thought he was going to get it done against Jan. Told you. But unless he can get Jiri down, man, it's going to be a tough night for him. Not the best matchup for him. Jan, great matchup for Glover. Jiri, nightmare.
I know.
Unless he can get those takedowns, wear him out, impose his grappling game on him and really wear him out. But man, early on, he's going to get lit up. And then he's going to eat some big shots. And if he can get a hold of him, once hits the mat, Glover all day. But on the feet, tough night for Glover. Jiri's a monster.
Yeah. All the experience of Glover and Jiri's that crazy wild dude.
Yeah. You can't train for him.
Yeah. Another cool fight, Alexander Volkov and Tom Aspinall, who's been killing it.
Tom Aspinall, now this is the fast track for Tom. And he said, listen, I don't want to fight for the title. I want to work my way up. Well, Bubba, for Tom, you knock out Volkov, it's off to the races, pal. Volkov is a fucking monster. You knock him out on March 19th, the day after my birthday, you knock him out, and then we're looking at, top 4. Off to the races for Tom.
Yep. And that's where, remember you posted about it. They opened up London.
Yeah.
Return there.
How great is that, man?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. London, Ireland, fully open, no mandates. Yes.
Tour.
Yes.
Dude, it was enormous how many people came out. So
I know.
amazing.
We haven't been there in what, 6 years?
Yeah, maybe. Five-ish, yeah.
Dude, go back now?
Hell yeah, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
All right. Dan Hooker, his official first fight at 145 will be Arnold
Damn,
Allen.
tough fucking fight for
Yeah.
him. His first fight at 45, you give him Arnold Allen? Allen's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
So is Dan Hooker, though. I love Dan Hooker.
Yep. So there you
And
go.
that's on that London card?
Yeah.
And it's a fight night?
I'm guessing it's
I
not
think
going to be.
fight night, right? UFC London's a fight
Yep,
night.
it's a fight night.
So you're going to have Dan Hooker, Arnold Allen, which is fucking fire. Volkov, Aspana is your main event. Also 5 rounds for our boy Aspie there.
Yeah, jumping way to the top real quick.
Rooting for Tom, man.
Your boy, Neil Magny. For the longest time, we thought he might be matched up with Hamzat, but now he's matched up with Max Griffin.
What the fuck are they going to do with Hamzat then?
So, going to that, let's see here. Hamzat called out Gilbert Burns, who's what, like number 2 or 3 right now? Mm-hmm. And Gilbert Burns did reply as well. Well, first I'll show you what Hamzat said to Gilbert.
Is Hamzat up top there?
Yep.
Everybody talking about me, but nobody wants to fight me because we kill everybody. Fair. For me, it doesn't matter. Gilbert Burns talked about Brazil. I'm more Brazilian than him because my coach is Brazilian. I'm a blue belt under Allen. I know many times my coach smashed Burns too on the mats. Jesus. And then Hamzat says, we're going to choke him out. A Finfu blue belt against a black belt. I like this guy. Actually, he's funny, nice guy. Gilbert's the nicest guy. I want to fight with him, but in war, brother, I can't be nice with somebody. I want to eat everybody. Take my money. Take my belt. I'm so hungry. When I talk about fighters, I'm hungry. I do not see Gilbert Burns beating him.
Nowadays, man.
And just again, it's off to the races. You're number 11 now. You beat number 2. There's only one way to go up. It's the winner of fucking Kobe Covington and fucking Jorge. You're going to get the winner of that. And then what? But I think he's ready. Out of anybody, he's ready for it. That we can't feed him anybody fucking 10 through 5. He's
just demolishing people.
He literally destroys people.
Yeah.
We got to, this makes sense.
He's proved it already. He deserves to be on the top.
Damn, look, Gilbert's all about make it happen, Dwayne. I'm all in 5 rounds in Brazil.
I think they should do it.
Yeesh. I don't like that fight for Gilbert at all in any facet. Hamzat's a fucking maniac.
I know. I believe in him now.
Yeah, me too.
Also, Hamzat joined Tiger Muay Thai along with Peter Yan and Rafael Fiziev.
Jesus Christ.
So he's in Thailand.
He's going to get
training.
better. Yeah, stand up? Jesus Christ. Off to the races.
Yeah. We talked about Roy Nelson. We didn't know what he was up to lately, but I guess he's talking to Scott Coker and Bellator and possibly even that Triad combat place.
Oh, that'd be cool for Roy.
Yeah. And he wants to fight Fedor. That's the reason he wants to do Bellator.
I would love that for Roy. Roy versus Fedor, I'm all about.
Yeah.
I bet we could get Roy on food truck.
Yeah, it's been a while. It'd be cool to see what he's up to right now.
Wouldn't it be fun to have him on food truck and then have him on classic fight companion?
Because there's
and then watch
gazillions.
me versus
Oh,
him.
dude, that'd be sick. And you could everything going through your mind, his mind.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, hell
That'd
yeah.
be dope, dude.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm gonna reach out to him.
There you go. We talked about this already. Oh, so remember Brennan Ward from Bellator? It was a while back. He was there. He was like, he was doing pretty well.
What about
I'll
him?
show you this picture here just in case.
He bodied up.
Bodied up, good looking dude.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the guy. He was doing really well, and then he just kind of disappeared. He got caught up in drugs. I think since 2017, he got really bad. All of his friends, the people around him died. So finally,
We're talking fentanyl, meth. We're talking
fentanyl, that kind of stuff. It's always like the opiate stuff,
And
man.
he was into the opiates.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got hardcore into it. There's like a huge story on him, but now he's returning to Bellator.
Oh, good
274.
for him. I'm assuming he's clean.
Yeah.
That's the toughest fight you're gonna fight, my man. That's
Yeah.
great.
So yeah, that's a quick one.
Rooting for him.
This one's crazy. Do you remember Mikhail Falco?
I don't.
Falcao? I'll show you. This guy. He was in the UFC for a while. He's also in Bellator.
Okay.
So the crazy thing about this guy, but
But test that guy.
yeah, for sure. So he he was involved in some sort of street fight a long time ago. This was like maybe 8 years ago or something. It says 8 years ago. So he got. I'll just show you this video first. This
Holy
is in
shit,
Brazil.
we got video of him getting knocked out?
This is like and this is the reason why he was kicked out of the UFC or Bellator.
Okay.
As imagens que registraram toda a confusão mostram Mike ou Falcão, lutador de MMA na loja de conveniências de posto de combustíveis no
Right there.
catarinense.
He's wearing
talk to
his
the
own
girl.
shirt.
Yep.
That's fine.
Que estava no caixa do estabelecimento. A jovem não gosta.
What's he saying to those ladies?
He was trying to flirt, and then
Oh, he hit him?
yeah, he swiped at her, and then people from the outside saw it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and you
oh,
can tell
shit.
he's drunk, right?
Oh, he's hammered
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's not fighting at all.
So his homeboy is also a fighter. So it goes outside, and boom, his homeboy gets hit in the head with the pipe.
He got hit in the head with a pipe too?
Yeah. Well, he got dropped.
Boom, that's him there?
I think so. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
No, I think that's his homeboy.
That guy's. Oh my God.
Yeah, he got jacked.
Oh, they're
up.
trying to kill him. So he got
And then
knocked out.
again.
They both got knocked
Yeah, yeah.
out. And then they keep kicking him in the head.
Yeah, but he wasn't as damaged as the other guy. The
Jesus.
other guy got really jacked up. But so he had like this downward spiral, right? He's getting in street fights,
Yeah.
getting drunk, and then he's finally stabbed.
He got another
And
street
he was
fight?
killed. Yeah,
He died?
recently.
I
was
think
years
this
ago.
was going this direction, Chin.
It was crazy.
He fucking died?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man. That's terrible.
Yeah.
God, he was 26-3. Wow.
Yeah, he was actually. See, he beat Gerald Harris.
That's terrible, man.
Yeah, stabbed. I mean,
Incidents that occurred around 3 a.m. Jesus Christ. That's terrible.
yep.
What's
right.
this, Chin?
So Terrence Crawford is suing Bob Arum for, it says here, nearly $10 million, and he's alleging revolting racial bias. He's saying that, I'll actually show you this right here. So
The lawsuit alleges Arum engaged in revolting racial bias that prevented Crawford from booking big fights, according to the New York Post.
and then this is what he says here.
This is Crawford. For years, professional boxers and others in sports would have called out Top Rank's owner Bob Arum for his disparate treatment of black boxers, including those very same black boxers that Top Rank is contractually obligated to promote.
And then, hold on. This is Bob Arum.
Says, it's absurd. My whole career, I may have made mistakes, but one thing I cannot be accused of being racist. I've promoted scores of top black boxers. We have promoted a number of pay-per-view fights for Terrence, all of which have lost money, a lot of money. Then to claim we purposely and deliberately lost money because we're racist is nonsense. It's part of what is wrong with our culture. Agree. I'm flabbergasted if he believes I didn't do a good job. Crawford can plead that in his suit, but don't call a man racist when it's really because your own failures. Yeah, I don't know the numbers, the tax brass of all this, but I think for Crawford, we've had him on Food Truck. Skill wise, yeah, man, one of the top guys out there. But as far as marketability,
Generating numbers,
yeah, it's tough. So for Bob Arum, you can't force anything. So you can, he can win the fights and all that stuff. I think I don't know if I would sue for being racist. I would sue for not giving him the fights that we want to see. That's boxing. It's not a racist thing, The issue with boxing is we don't get the fights we want to see. That's why boxing's dying unless you're a heavyweight boxer. So, or unless you're a YouTuber, boxing's dying. Yeah, Showtime would edit that out, but they can't now. So I think I think Crawford look in the mirror a little bit here, and I don't. It's more of a marketing play for Bob Arum here. It's not. I don't think it's because he's racist towards black fighters. Floyd Mayweather, who also worked with Arum, made similar comments after ending his relationship with Bob Arum. Mayweather claimed Arum was biased against black fighters. In 2009 interview with Fight Hype, Mayweather also said he earned less when working with Arum and that Mayweather's profits increased significantly once he left. The same year, Arum claimed Mayweather was not an entertaining fighter. Arum claimed Mayweather was soft and that he shoots up cars away from the ring.
Shoots up cars away from the ring.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I can be racist and be a fucking involved the sports is insane.
He seems like just a weird, money hungry guy.
Old guy, yeah, sleazy promoter.
Yeah.
No promoter makes you feel good.
I don't know if we'll actually cover this, but I'll just show you this anyways. I thought this was weird because, okay, so UFC, they do these like pre-shows and they do like fun activities like eating contests and everything else.
What do they do it on their YouTube?
Yeah. ESPN YouTube channel.
Okay.
Or UFC. But then, so this one was a skateboarding competition. And
is that Laura Sanko?
That's Laura Sanko. Dime piece.
Super dime in the back there.
And then also Daniel Cormier, this host as well. And Dean Thomas.
Okay.
So
love all three of them involved.
I'm just tripping out on because they're all athletes, right? But I guess skateboarding is completely different. But so they're gonna do this little skateboard race.
Skateboarding's fucking tough, man.
But I mean, just this.
It's just tough to balance.
Like that though?
Well, you should. Dean's smart. Don't even balance. Just.
Make the turn, Dean. You cheated. Go around the cone, Dean. You got it.
See, DC, don't even balance. Just keep pushing it. Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh no.
He fell athletically though. Holy fuck. This thing's a shit show. I'll tell you right now, it's entertaining though. I'm with it. Oh my god.
All right, switch. Get behind the line.
Is Sanko good at it?
I'd say they're almost all equal.
I'd say Sanko's probably the best.
You'll see here.
You're not allowed to touch it or something?
I don't know.
I'm not kind of into it. I don't know. Who's the white guy?
He's the host of the show. I don't know who his name, but he's the host of the show.
I mean,
the weigh-in show. Yeah, it's just I
was kind of into it.
I know it's cool. No, I'm saying it's cool. I just thought that they'd be able to at least ride it a little bit.
Did you see DC? He was a goalie, I think, against the Anaheim Ducks. Did you see that? I think he posted it or UFC posted it. He was the good, and I mean, they fucking went easy on him, but that'd be a scary fucking gig. He wasn't terrible, but you can tell like those guys are so athletic, man.
Here we are. No.
And they're being cool to him too.
Yeah, that's like light.
Like imagine a full fucking hockey. So I got overconfident. Oh, they're trying to fight?
Okay. Sam, your fight skills it's great. I really love it. But let me show you one thing. When you get in here, right, we take the underhook. Yeah. It's called dirty boxing. You are a
underhook in hockey.
So when you take this here,
underhook
right,
there,
and you start to punch, don't go head hunting. Hit him right up under the elbow here, and then the right hand over the top. Try that a little bit. So here, body shot first, boom, and then over the top, boom. And let me tell you something. That's the one. Don't waste your time.
It's pretty dope, huh? Love DC.
You just can't skate.
Yeah, well, I mean, skating's fucking tough.
I know it's tough.
Is that it, dude?
Yeah, so we do have a couple of fights. Nothing big. Let's go here. So Eagle FC 44 is supposed to take place January 28th.
This in Florida?
Yeah, at 6 p.m. Eastern. And the headlining one is Tyrone Spong versus Sergei Kharitonov. And then your boy Rashad Evans against that Gabriel Checo. And then Ray Borg is actually going to be on this card as well.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah, Cody Gibson.
Damn, I'm so interested to see how the production of this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's going to be dope. And that's on Friday or Saturday, you said?
I believe that's Saturday.
Where can you watch it? Is it on Fight Pass?
They're supposed to be on Fight Pass.
Interesting.
Let's see. Let me actually look it up real quick. EagleFC.com then.
That's where you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
EagleFC.com. It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. I mean, recognizable names.
I mean, why wouldn't Fight Pass just... take.
I mean, they were in talks about doing that too. So I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe it is available on Fight Pass as well.
I'll watch that for sure. Spong Kharitonov is great. That's dope.
There you go. And then there's a real quick BKFC one. I think this is on Friday. No, 20th. So that I think. Let me look at the 20th real quick. All right, so Eagle FC is the 28th, which is Friday, and then BKFC is the 29th, which is Saturday. And then this one, the only name I recognize right here was Alan Belcher, but the new jacked, crazy Alan Belcher.
Jack City Belcher.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yep. But that's about it.
All right. Slow weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe they just don't want to compete with NFL playoffs. I don't know. Because playoffs are popping. Yesterday's games were so fucking good. The Rams, baby. Hopefully they get over the fucking Niners next week. And I'm rooting for Cincy over KC. Cincy Rams Super Bowl would be fantastic. All right, kids, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We have a classic Calabasas Fight Companion dropping on Wednesday this week. If you haven't checked out the Food Truck Diary with Sugar Sean O'Malley, that's available right now on Thick Boy YouTube. Audio is also available. The current Calabasas Fight Companion for UFC 270 is available on Thick Boy YouTube and all audio platforms. And if you want all that ad-free, go to thickboy.supercast.com. Subscribe right now. You can also get Find the Kid ad-free as well on there in the second tier. And Hollywood Improv, I will see you this Wednesday. There are not many tickets left. It will be Schaub and friends. I have some monster friends coming to slang them jokes this Wednesday at the Hollywood Improv, January 26th. Atlanta just got announced. So Atlanta, these tickets will go fast. It's not a giant room. Atlanta, Georgia, February 3rd through the 5th. Sacramento is February 24th through 26th. This Saturday is the Thick Mudder at 10 a.m. in Lake Elsinore. It's Orange County. Your boy's going to be there. I would say right now my leg is a 4 out of 10, but I'm doing everything in reach to get this leg so I can at least run that race, that 15K race on Saturday. I'm going to run it. I don't know how fast. I don't know if I'll make it through all of it, but I will be there and I will run it. 10 a.m. can sign up. There are 10 spots left to run the Thick Mudder this Saturday. You can go to Tough Mudder. It's all over my Instagram. You'll see it there as well. But that's this Saturday at 10 a.m. You can do it. Come do it with me. I'm doing it with one fucking leg. Listen, if Francis beats Ciryl Gane on one knee, I can run the Tough Mudder on one hamstring. All right. Yeah, and we'll have this special Thick Mudder merch. You see me rock it now. It says Thick Mudder on the back. It's a collab we did with Built. Those will be on sale only in person at the Tough Mudder starting at 9 a.m. in Lake Elsinore. Once you get there, we'll have somebody set the shop up, the Thick Boy Tough Mudder shop up. So we'll see you Saturday, 10 a.m. Hopefully your boy makes it through it. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe our YouTube channel, and everything we're doing, man. Appreciate you guys. I think we just passed 115,000 subscribers on YouTube. So that bad boys, this was the vision, man. So we're rolling. Make sure you like, subscribe, whatever you got to do, man. But Georgia, you're up February 3rd through the 5th. Atlanta, ATL, put down them hot wings and whatever else you got going on. Bring your thick asses out to Atlanta February 3rd through the 5th. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. I'm out.